Dancing till morning light. With KCCO spirit, we'll be alright. Chive O Canada, we stand so tall. In this Chiv nation, we'll never fall.
Under Calgary's sky, where the Rockies shine, KCCO vibes we unwind. With CHIVE O Canada, a unity call. Dancing through the night, we give our all. Feel the beat drop, let your spirits fly. Together we rise, reaching for the sky. Raise a glass high for the Chive nation, spreading love and joy across our great nation. KCCO Calgary, we come alive. Chive on Canada, we thrive. In Alberta's heart where the fun won't cease. Raving through the night, finding inner peace. From the prairies to the peaks, we gather near. With friends so dear and spirits clear. Chive O Canada, we unite as one. Celebrating life till the night is done. Feel the beat drop, let your spirits fly. Together we rise, reaching for the sky. Raise a glass high for the Chive nation, spreading love and joy across our great nation. KCCO Calgary, we come alive. Chive on Canada, we thrive. In Alberta's heart where the fun won't cease. Raving through the night, finding inner peace. Under northern lights, our souls ignite. With KCCO, everything's right. Chive O Canada, we stand tall. With unity and love, we conquer KCCO Calgary, we come alive. Chive on Canada, we thrive. In Alberta's heart where the fun won't cease. Raving through the night, finding inner peace. So let's keep dancing till morning light. With KCCO spirit, we'll be alright. Chive O Canada, let's keep dancing till morning light. With KCCO spirit we'll be alright. Chive on Canada, and we stand so tall. In this Chive nation we'll never fall.
City lights are glowing bright tonight. KCCO crew, it feels so right. Calgary roaring with the flames we stoke. This is the vibe, the unbreakable folk.
Raise your glass, keep calm and chive on. Dance to the beat till the break of dawn. Chive on Canada, we're bold and free. Celebrating life, that's our decree. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Cowboy hats with a party Rockies to the big prairie skies, we soar so high, make spirits rise. Let the bass drop, hear the anthem thump, feel the ground shake with every jump. We're a family bound by laughs and cheers, spreading kindness, we know fears. Raise your glass, keep calm and jive on, dance to the beat till the break of dawn. Chive O Canada, we're bold and free, celebrating life that's our decree. Maple leaf vibes with a shot of fun, dripping in love like syrup spun. Calgary's heart fuels the northern fire, KCCO crew will take you higher. Raise your glass, keep calm and jive on, dance to the beat till the break of dawn. Chive O Canada, we're bold and free, celebrating life, it's our decree.
Happy New Year and welcome to another edition of the Weekly Dump. My name is Kevin, one of your KCCO Calgary, where are we here? There we go. One of your KCCO Calgary admins here. And what we like to do here is talk about what's going on in Chive Nation as well as what's going on here locally here in Calgary with our local Chive chapter. So I want to welcome you to another wonderful year of giving back to our community and having a bit of fun while doing it. So I'm very curious to see who is all out there and how your holidays were. Did you have a nice relaxing holiday season? How did you ring in the new year? So first of all, I want to give you a toast to everyone. Cheers and a chive on, and here's to a great 2026. So cheers. And what I like to do to start each of these streams is head over to our chivecharities.org page and read some of the stories of some of the people that we have been supporting. So why don't we head on over and do that? Where are we? Let's do this. All right. So if you wanted to head over to chivecharities.org, then you will be able to read these stories at your leisure as well. So just jump on in, and we're going to start off with, we have a few weeks of stories to catch up, but we'll sort of just touch on a couple of them. So this one was December 18th of 2025. So Matthew L. We see you, Matthew. From the moment you meet Matthew, what stands out isn't his wheelchair or the medical equipment nearby. It's just curiosity. At 5 years old, Matthew is deeply observant, drawn not to toys first, but to faces. New faces, especially. His mom, Christina, laughs when she explains it. Give Matthew a brand new toy, and if someone unfamiliar is in the room, he'll choose eye contact over anything else. He studies people. He connects in his own way. Matthew was diagnosed shortly after birth with chromosome 8p inverted duplication deletion syndrome, a rare genetic condition where on chromosome 8, one piece is missing and another piece is copied and flipped the wrong way. This means Matthew's body doesn't receive the right instructions. Abnormalities have been detected during Christina's pregnancy, but it wasn't until after Matthew was born, following genetic testing and an MRI, that doctors were able to confirm the diagnosis. Like many parents, Christina had imagined one life while pregnant and then had to grieve that vision while learning how to care for the child she had just welcomed into the world. Matthew spent his first 4 weeks in the hospital. When they finally went home, answers were limited, and support was scarce. They gave me a booklet, Christina recalled, and it was very scary to read. The material described extreme cases and unknown outcomes. There was little guidance about what day-to-day life would actually look like. Christina left early appointments with more fear than clarity. What she did have, though, was Matthew, and a determination to support him in every way possible. Today, Matthew uses a wheelchair or stroller and requires full-time care. He needs help with all aspects of his daily life: eating, toileting, mobility, and communication. He becomes anxious during doctor appointments and is sensitive to sudden loud noises. And yet, within that reality, there's also a lot of happiness. Look at that smile. Matthew loves music, especially songs from Cocomelon, go figure, and enjoys light-up toys and instruments like the drums and piano. Music comforts him. Faces delight him. Conversation, even non-verbal, matters to him. Recently, Matthew received a Tobii eye gaze communication device, and Christina is hopeful it will give him a new way to express his needs and wants. Even just being able to tell us basic things, food, water, pain, that would be huge. Matthew also goes to school each morning, where he rides the bus and spends time with classmates and teachers who adore him. His teacher notices immediately when something is off. He's happy most of the time, Christina explained. So if he's sad, we know something's wrong. For Matthew, progress has never come quickly or easily. Before his family began pursuing intensive therapy, improvements were painfully slow, but everything changed when they began intensive programs. Matthew has now completed 9 or 10 intensive therapy sessions, including multiple visits to the Napa Center. Each one looks a little different. Some gains are obvious. Others are quieter, but just as important. He's growing so much, she said. Every time he grows, it's harder to do the same things. The intensives help him get stronger than before, but also keep the abilities he already has. The milestones Matthew has reached are deeply meaningful to his family. Oh, excuse me. I should have had a nap before I came here. The milestones Matthew has reached are deeply meaningful to his family. Sitting up independently, pulling himself into tall kneeling at the couch. And during his most recent intensive, Matthew walked on a treadmill at 0.9 miles per hour while holding on to a bungee cord with both hands. That's amazing. He did phenomenally well, Christina told us. I never thought he'd be able to do some of these things. He isn't independent yet, but he's learning, step by step, day by day. When asked what she wishes others understood about caring for a child with high needs, Christina pauses. Then she speaks not just for herself, but for countless parents who receive diagnoses they never expected. At first it feels like the world has collapsed, she says. You think you'll never be happy again. But that fear, she explains, isn't the truth. Joy still exists. Just looks different. And sometimes those differences bring deeper gratitude. A typical parent might not even think twice about certain moments, she shared. But for us, seeing Matthew sit up on a sled and smile, that's huge. Christina is clear about one thing she wants people to know. Children with disabilities are happy. They are worthy, and they deserve acceptance, opportunity, and access. Too often, she says, life is harder not because of the disability itself, but because the world fails to accommodate it. Matthew's family continues to advocate fiercely for him, and with support from Chive Charities, they're able to keep moving forward. Thanks to a $9,100 grant made possible through your support, Matthew will attend another intensive therapy session at Napa Center in Chicago, where he'll continue building strength, confidence, and momentum. We're so thankful, Christina said. It's so helpful. We really appreciate it. At Chive Charities, we believe progress doesn't have to be loud to be life-changing. Sometimes it's measured in eye contact, in confidence, in courage to keep going. Matthew has so much ahead of him, and with the right support, he'll keep showing the world exactly who he is. What a cute little guy. That's an awesome story to start off our new year. And another story I wanted to share that was posted on December 29th. What life-changing really looks like. This is posted on the Chive Charities website. Actually, I just have another quick little drink here. Cheers, everyone. So, like I said, life-changing. We say life-changing a lot at Chive Charities. Most non-profits do. But as we enter a new year, we've been thinking about what that actually means. What it looks like in real homes, on real mornings, and in the everyday lives of people we serve. Imagine waking up and bracing yourself before your feet even touch the floor. Because without the right medical equipment, simply standing is a full-body struggle. Imagine starting every morning scanning the room for obstacles because your wheelchair doesn't fit through standard doorways. Imagine preparing to leave for work as a first responder or a veteran, but knowing that injuries you sustained years ago still dictate how far you can walk, how long you can sit, or whether you can manage pain long enough to enjoy a simple moment with your family. For many of the individuals and families we support, these aren't hypotheticals. They're daily realities. And often, the challenges aren't dramatic, just constant. Things most of us handle without thinking, like getting out of bed, reaching the kitchen, taking a shower safely, transporting a child to therapy, even accessing a computer becomes complicated, exhausting, or impossible. That's where our community steps in. A grant for a mobility ramp doesn't just make a house accessible. It gives someone the ability to move freely in their own home. A therapy bike for a child with a rare diagnosis isn't just equipment. It's independence, strength, and the joy of finally keeping up with siblings. A service dog isn't just companionship. It's confidence, grounding, and a pathway back into everyday life. A vehicle modification isn't luxury. It's the difference between isolation and participation. These are small things only until you don't have them. And when donors come together, one person choosing to give, then another, the result is not just financial support. It's momentum. It's dignity returned. It's time, energy, and opportunity placed back into the hands of those who have fought hard for every inch of it. This is what life-changing looks like. Quiet moments made easier. Barriers removed. A burden lifted in a way that someone feels not just today, but every day. As we look toward a new year, we're reminded that real transformation doesn't come from grand gestures. It comes from compassion and action, your action. Your donations, your belief in the power of community, and your willingness to say we can help. Together, we turn everyday challenges into everyday victories, and truly, undeniably, life-changing. So, just wanted to share that with you because it is oh so true. And go back to this. So with that, I'm going to get this set up here. I'm going to have some fun to kick off the new year. Have a few things to do. So if you are here, write down and respond in the comments what the answer is. And there we go. Presenter. There we go. I think I am ready. I think I got it. And there. So we are going to do that. And we're going to have some fun now with. So it's the same, it's a new year. New year, same legends. And we're going to have some fun with some Chive trivia tonight. All right, so let's hop into the questions here. So we're going to do some Canadian Chive trivia for those that are of the trivia buffs. Let's see how many of these you get. And for round one, we have legendary Canadians. So if you know the answer, let me know down in the comments so that I can give you your props. Or if you're watching on the replay, still put them down in the comments so that I can come back and give you your kudos. Number one question, and this is legendary Canadians in music, sports, film, and culture. So the number one question, which Canadian artist is the best-selling female artist of the 1990s worldwide? And it's not multiple choice, so you have to come up with the right answer. So give me a guess and I'll give you a few more seconds to think about it. So once again, it's which Canadian artist is the best-selling female artist of the 1990s worldwide? And the answer is Alanis Morissette. All right, question number two. Which Canadian hockey player is known as the Great One? And for those that are hockey fans, it should be a fairly easy one. So drop your guesses down below. So once again, number two. Which Canadian hockey player is known as the Great One? And of course, the answer is Wayne Gretzky. Number three. Remember, this is music, sports, film, and culture for legendary Canadians. And number three. It is which Canadian actor starred in both Deadpool and The Proposal? And if you're a fan, you'll know. Of course, that is going to be, there's no other person it could be. It is Ryan Reynolds. All right. Question number four. What Canadian band released the album Jagged Little Pill? And if you're a Canadian fan, you'll know who this artist is. And so yeah, let me know while I have a little sip here. Cheers. So it says, what Canadian band released the album Jagged Little Pill? That was, of course, Alanis Morissette. And yes, we doubled up on the answers. So are you paying attention now? And last question in round one. Which Canadian city hosted the 2010 Winter Olympics? Seeing as the Olympics are coming up in February and just over a month from now, let me know. Do you know where the 2010 Winter Olympics were held? And the answer is Vancouver. All right, for those that are new and are just joining for the first time, wondering what is KCCO Calgary all about and what does KCCO actually stand for? Question number one, what does the KCCO stand for? It is an acronym for something. And for those that are Chivers and Chivettes, you know what it is, so go ahead and put it down in the comments there. And I'll just give a couple seconds here for you to enter your answer. And the answer is, I'm going to have a drink. That's what I'm going to do. What does KCCO stand for? Keep calm and chive on. All right, and question number two. What color is most commonly associated with the Chive Nation apparel? Like whenever you see the Keep Calm and Chive On t-shirts, what color pops into your mind? And I see Mr. Lawrence is watching and has joined us. Cheers to you, my friend. Happy New Year. Hopefully things are going well with you. And a good time for you to pop in because we're on round 2 of Chive Nation Knowledge. And you should be able to answer these questions. So yeah, what color is most commonly associated with Chive Nation apparel? The answer is green. And question number 3. What type of organization is Chive Charities? What does Chive Charities do? Like, it is a non-profit, but what kind of non-profit is it? What kind of things does it support? I'll have another sip here while you think of an answer. All right, what type of organization is Chive Charities? It's a non-profit that supports underfunded causes and first responders. And this is something that is relatively new, is what day is widely recognized in Chive Nation as Team 10% Day. And when you think about it, it kind of does make sense. But very curious if anyone out there knows what day is widely recognized in Chive Nation as Team 10% Day. All right, the answer is October the 10th. So it's the 10th month and the 10th day and Team 10%. So on to round 3. So we're going to do a bit of true or false here. True or false? Canada has more lakes than the rest of the world combined. Is that true or is it false? That, in fact, is true. Number 2. The first hockey pucks were made from frozen cow dung. And those who know. That is actually true as well. That I found very, when I did learn about it years ago, it's like, yeah, it kind of makes sense. People were shooting around cow dung. Number 3, for round 3. Every Canadian city is legally required to have an underground path system due to the cold temperatures. That is actually false. 2 more questions in this round. The Royal Canadian Mounted Police once trained moose to pull their sleds. Is that true or false? Give you a couple seconds. I'll have a sip here. That is, the Royal Canadian Mounted Police once trained moose to pull sleds. That's actually false. But I'd love for that to be true. That would be hilarious to see. And you just can't train moose. They do what they want. Number 5 for round 3. This I know for a fact. The Hawaiian pizza was invented in Canada. Was that true or false? And if you say true, where was it invented? So I kind of given away the answer already. Yes, it is true. But do you happen to know where it was actually invented? So the Hawaiian pizza was actually invented in Ontario, one of the provinces here in Canada. Okay, now for our local legends. How well do you know Calgary? So, what year was the Calgary Stampede first held? And I did not know this, so I can't say that I'm a true legend here. But it was in 1912 was the first Calgary Stampede. Number 2, what major sporting events did Calgary host in 1988? So do you remember that far back? Were you alive? Were you watching? The Battle of the Bryans is what I remember from that era. So what major sporting event did Calgary host in 1988? The Winter Olympic Games. So once again, another Olympic theme here. Number 3, what river runs through downtown Calgary? So this, you kind of need to know a little bit of geography to know what river runs through Calgary. And that would be the Bow River. All right, next. Number 4. What is the nickname of Calgary's NHL team? And if you're a hockey fan, you know. It is, of course, the Flames. All right, then we have a few bonus questions here. Which Canadian city is known as Cowtown? Let me give you a big, huge hint. I'm living in it right now. That answer is Calgary. And then another really great question is, who is the most famous Canadian comedy troupe? Are you familiar with any of the comedy troupes that have come out of Canada? And the answer is Kids in the Hall. And all right. Of these remaining ones, I'll do this one last one here. So, what phrase ends nearly every Chive Nation post? Chive on. And I didn't just say that. That is the actual answer. The answer is chive on. So that was just a little bit of fun, a little bit of trivia to start the year off. Yeah, I'll just get rid of that. Oh, great. So yeah, we are going to be having a fun year. We're going to be having different events going throughout the year. Starting coming up in February, we're going to do our dry February. Was going to do January, but things just kind of got out of control to start the year. So we're going to do a dry February. So watch out for our social media posts for that and sign up to be part of our team. So dry February, and also in February, we're going to have our heart blood donation drive. Every February and October, we have blood donation drives for the Canadian Blood Services, because it's in you to give, and if you're able, we'd love for you to go and donate some blood. And then throughout the rest of the year, we'll be having different events going on, and one that's sort of constant throughout the year and how we sort of raise some money for some charities is our Cans for Charity drive. So if you have any empties and are in the Calgary area, we'd love to be able to pick those up and cash them in for some money to be able to donate to charity. So if you do have them, reach out and we can make some arrangements. And yeah, throughout the rest of the year, I'm looking to get outside and hang out with a few more of the chivers around the area, having some social fun and raising some money for the Calgary, or raising some donations as well for the Calgary Food Bank. So have different events going on throughout the year. Keep your eyes open for what's going on, and we will definitely keep you in the loop. And with that, I do have a bunch of other stuff I need to get done tonight, so I hope you're having a wonderful start to your 2026. And with that, I'm going to give you a toast and all the best to the entire year. Hopefully you have a great, wonderful, safe, and happy one. Cheers. And then with that, I'm just going to finish this off, wrap things up here, and say I will get something together for next week's stream as well. So have fun, have a great weekend, enjoy the warm weather here in Calgary. We definitely have been enjoying it. We had a bit of a cold snap over the holidays, so the warmer weather is welcome. So with that, have a great week. Have a great rest of your week, a great weekend, and we will see you here next Wednesday on the Weekly Dump. So, cheers, chive on. Chive on.
In a world so full of noise and clatter, we dream of making things just a bit better. Small changes adding up to a greater whole. Let's ignite the spark, let's reach our goal. We'll make the world 10%